Alright, welcome to another episode of Coding with Brian. That's what I call it. Um, Everyone asks me why I don't record voice, so I'll give you a little voice and a little audio for now, and a little video, see how it goes, see if I like it, because I really don't like talking this much. But it is what it is. Okay, so here we go. You guys remember from the past two episodes, right now we created our basic login page. We got some buttons here, sign in with email, Facebook, Google. I'm going to get rid of these in a minute, I decided, but looking at it, just a little demo. Where did I find it on? I think I found it on Dribble or something. So I'm going to have to change around a few things. I'm going to make this new home page, make some things where I can actually interact with this. So let's see. Let's try to remember where we were from yesterday. We got here, this works with a little expanded widget. Everything is clipped into one. These are the stacked icons. At first they were in the part of the home page, so what we did was create a class for them, put them into their own class, and now whenever we want to reuse them in different pages, all we have to do is call the class. So as you'll see here, where am I? Who's my main? Okay, so my main, we have the stacked icons, and that just derives from the stacked icons .dart, where I have this class, call the class, and we import it. I'm gonna full screen this for a second now, just to give you all the recap. I can't do that little screen. Okay, so what was I running my mouth about? Okay, so we started with the stacked icons class. They were inside of this file here. All I did was just copy all of this out, create a separate class. So now when I want to call it here, you just call the stacked icons, the same thing as in the login page itself. All I had to do was call, where are you hiding from me? Okay, that's right around here. Stacked icons. So let me give you an example of how Flutter works. Right now, this is the main.dart. This is the page where the landing page that gives you the idea of what you want to do. So you'll see like the text here. The good thing about Flutter has something called hot reload. So say I didn't like the stacked icons, I can just comment it out for now and save the page. Once I save the page, it'll you see it syncing, and then it'll update. So now it's gone. Hot reload shouldn't take so long. It took almost 3 seconds. It's usually like half a second, but this computer's antique, so what do you expect? So basically, stacked icon is gone, but when I come to my login page, which it's still there, because also stacked icons class. Now once I save this page, it's gone. So same thing, I'm just gonna uncomment it, save it, and then bring it back. I really gotta reset this computer, should not take so long. So same thing, I'm going back to my main.dart, stacked icons, save it. And the good thing about the way the class works, obviously, if I want to make changes to all of them, instead of having to come to each one, since I created a separate class for it, I can just go to the stacked icons class itself. So like if I say, okay, say we got, let's take the one in the front here. It's colors.blue. I can change it to colors dot, give me a color, quick, let's try, purple. And I save it within the class file. Now it updates here as well as there. So everything is universal. So if I just come back to the class file and change it back to blue, save it, 10 minutes later with the slow hot reload, changes back to blue here, and it's also blue here. So that's a good thing about the way the class works. So we're not going to really get into too much of this long talking because I've been spending 5 minutes already just talking about one class. So basically, this is our main Dart page able to sign in Facebook, Google. You can see those that text here. Then that leads into our login page. So all I did was just navigate a route. Where are you? Right here. To the login page class. The page route builder. Boom, goes to the login class. So when I click on that, it loads the login class. This is a login class here. See what the information, text, email, password. Now once you log in here, I want you to be able to go to the home route. So what I need to do is create a page called home. And I did that already, home.dart. This is just the basic scaffolding and such. So I need this right now. Alright, so this is the basic home. Once you come to log in, just a quick cheat as a navigation route. Brings you to your page there, but what I'm going to do is actually add the MySQL database and such. But right now I'm just focusing on the UI. So I just jumped it to the home page. So once you click on it, it takes you to the home page. So now we got a blank home page. So we don't need login.dart. No, we ain't gonna mess with these for now. What are we gonna mess with? Main.dart for now. No. Okay, so pardon me 1 second. Gotta fix my medication. So now I based it on this idea that I found. Pinterest or Dribble, one of them. And then basically this layout here is what I want to use. I want to duplicate this. And change it around probably to my own needs. Figure maybe do something with services or something like that. But let's just get into it so you can get the basic idea of how things work. So we'll make this little tiny. And we'll just keep it here for now, just so I can have a point of reference in my head as to what I'm doing. Okay, so let's think about what we got going here. Scaffold, main content, widget. Let me look at my image here, see what I want. I want to get that explore. I want that to be set that way. Okay. So Nickelodeon. Alright, so let's get this what we're gonna need is a scaffold. So we got a scaffold. So let me think about how we're gonna do this now. Okay. So we already imported material Dart. We're gonna need that. Since it's a stateful widget, I already created a state for it. And that's gonna extend that. Index. Alright, you know what? I did this because I was gonna start to put in a navigation bar. So let me see what we got going. Alright, the bottom is gonna be 0. Alright, so let's figure out this app bar. This navigation bar. So I'm gonna see bottom navigation bar. Bottom navigation bar. Get some brackets going. Alright. What type is it? Type was gonna be fixed. these are just some properties you can add to the navigation bar. So we do fix color. What color are we gonna use? We do a little. Let's try FF29D. What is it? 091, I think. That seems right. So far, so good. Let's see. Current index is going to be the bottom. Turn off those stupid caps. Underscore. Bottom. Nav index, yep. Alright, so let's see. Tab. We're going to initiate index. Set the state for page. I'm gonna have to reset this because my whatever you call it is moving slow. This whole computer is moving slow. But we'll deal with it for now. So I need one of these over here. Nickelodeon. Why is that in my head? I'm really losing it. Okay. Okay, so just gonna set that. Now let's put some items in our nav bar. So some brackets, because that is going to be return a list of crap. So let's see, we would have this ends, comma, bracket, comma. Alright, let's get some items in this joint right here. Alright, so we're gonna need bottom navigation bar item. Give it a title. I can spell text home. Let's see what icon we're gonna use. I guess since it is a home button, icons dot home would make sense, I think. Boom. And that's the first one. So we're gonna need, let's do 4 items for now. So I'm gonna just take this and copy it. Make sure everything's good. Save. 2, 3, 4. The fourth one doesn't need the comma. Alright, we'll figure out the error in a second. Icons home. I guess it would help if I wrapped it up the right way. So let's go backwards a little bit, because that's just gonna be the lazy way. So that needs to be inside of that bracket there. Missing that one there. Alright, so look at it now. Let's see. Monaco, our title. Boom, text is going to be home. The icon is going to be icons dot home. Then we're going to add, let's add a couple more. Then I'll fix the error. So that's one. Boom. One. Boom. Two. Boom. So we added 3. Okay, so what's that? Texture search style. Do the hustle. Okay, so since I'm freaking Russian, I didn't declare the stupid icon. So that'll fix that error right there. So we'll just put that there, and we'll put it there, and we'll put one there. Alright. Now, what's your problem? Exactly, you shouldn't have a problem. So, let's see. Let's save this to see what happens after 10 hours of hot reloading. Seriously, I'm gonna have to stop this video and reset this because it's moving way too slow. Okay, so now, as you can see, 10 hours later, we got our buttons here. You click it to turn the color, but they all say home because I was just being lazy. So one of them, my clients might need what, like say, we'll do profile on the end just for now. And the profile is what I use for profile, person. Icons that person. We'll use that for now. So we don't. Let's see, home. Let's see. I don't know. Let's see. Give me something. Services. Even though that's gonna go on to something else. So. Here we go. Services. Well, you know what? Let's not take up too much time figuring that part out. So we'll just give me add that. Let's see. Now we save it. Let's see if it updates. The last two we did. Profile services. So we don't need a third home. So this could be it's called videos or something. I don't know. Video. Save it. Save. Okay, so now we have a working navigation bar. And that's just that few lines of code right there. So, simple. Navigation bar added. Now, let's go down after the navigation bar, see what else we can do now. So now that we got that done, what we want to do probably is start with that text on the top left. So that's what we're going to do. So let's see. Where's our image? Blow it up so you can see it. Excuse me. So, you need to get that export text on the top. How do we achieve that? Very good question. Actually, it's not a good question. Alright, so what we're going to do is start to add some content in here. So now we're looking at this thing objectively. Okay, we got our text, we got our navigation bar. Now we're going to have to add in some content. So let's see, we got our app bar. We keep the app bar transparent. We'll keep that green little navigation bar so you can go back. So let's get into the main content here. Alright. Okay, so we want to return a list view. That's going to make the most sense. Alright, so we have a list view, and within that list view, we're going to throw some widgets in the joint. Okay, first we're going to do is add some padding to it. Let's see what we got going here. Okay. Let's do, let's see, what kind of pattern are we going to do? We're going to do symmetric. Let's see, we're going to add horizontal. Looks about right so far. Horizontal 15. Now within that, we're going to add a container. So we don't need to add padding to that container because we already have some padding. But wait, let me bring it back up. So within that container, we're going to add. Let's see. I'm going to add a column. Look at me spelling things right. And let's save it. So let's see. There's a way. What's that thing where I can see? Let's see if I can do it. I forgot how it works. Command palette. We're gonna want to see the view layout so you guys can see what we're building at the same time. Yeah, that one. Okay. So now you can see this is like a little UI helper. This will help you to see what's going on as far as your layout. So it's pretty good to have on toggle. So this shows you this is your app bar up here. The color is transparent, that's why you don't see anything. But then you have your little nav button, and then on the bottom you have your little nav bar. So everything is shown within this UI. I'm keeping it on for a second for a reason, just so you can get an idea as things build what's going on. So within that column, let's see what we got going here. We're gonna add. Let's see. Column. Let's add a widget. And within that widget, we're gonna add a row. And within that row, we're going to add a widget here. Just follow along with me. Children widget. Then we're going to add some text. And that text will say, widget will have some text. So look at where, alright. For that text, we're going to have some text. Let's put the company name that we're building again, Victoria. Let's save that, see what happens. And 5 hours later. for some medicine. Okay. So you see we have some text in the top. Now that shows you here what's going on. Now you see that we have a little bit of text there in the top. Now it changed the horizontal from 15 to 125, and you see how it throws it over there, but I still want it on the side, so I just did that so you can see now. Save this, boom, throw it right back to the side. Okay, but that text is looking kind of janky. Let's for now get rid of this thing here so you can see how janky it looks. I mean it's clean, but it's still looking kind of janky. So what we're gonna do to it? We're gonna add a style. Style it. And I'm all in the wrong place. So text. So we're gonna do comma. We're gonna add some style to it. And then what kind of style we're gonna give it? First of all, let's change the size. So we're gonna do font size. Okay. Okay. Before we add this, we need to put it out there. That is a style. Boom. We're gonna do text. Into that text style, we're going to do font size. Excuse me. Okay, so now I'm bugging. Style, text style, and within that text style should be the font size. I really need to staff that stuff, so let's do font size. Let's try 30. See how that works. So we have something extra. Wait. Alright, so what are we missing on there? We got text, boom. And then this doesn't belong here. That's how that should be. And then what did I add extra here at the bottom? Okay, that one, alright. Okay, let's press save. And then 10 hours later, now we're missing A. So that there, just up the text size. Okay, so far we got one thing that we want, but we also want to make sure that that text is aligned, right? So right here we're gonna do, come on, we're gonna do a text align, and we're gonna align it, make sure it stays aligned to the left. So that's done. To the left, to the left, to the left. Okay, so now that's about right. Now after this row, what we want to add is a size box. What that is going to do is just obviously what it says. So let me show back the thing there so you can see what's going on. Okay. So after that row ends, I want to add size box. Alright, now Let's give it a height probably of 10. Make sure those are always doubles too. That is not invalid. Alright, save it. Oh, because it's reloading so slow that it's doing it. Alright, so you see that is 10. I'm going to give it a flight of 100 so you can see the difference. Save it. So now that, what that means is anything that comes underneath it would be spaced 100 away. But I don't want it 100. I only want to space 10 away. Because then after that I'm going to start to add in different items. So after that size box, so what we're going to do is press Control A, do a right click and format the document, make everything a little bit neater so we can see what's going on. Alright, so here goes the size box. After that size box, what are we going to add? A row. So we put a comma, row. Now some people you'll see in old syntaxes where they have to do new, but as of I can't remember which version of Flutter it was. New was gotten rid of, so you can still do new or you don't have to. It's up to you. It's totally up to you. Both syntax work. So we're gonna add, let's see, a new row. And let's see here. Within that row, we're going to have some children. This is going to be a widget. And within that widget, we're going to put an expanded because we want everything to fit within that constraint I'm going to give it. So within the expanded, I want to have padding. Okay, the padding. What kind of padding we're going to give it? Let's do a dot only. Alright. 5.0. What do we do wrong here? Let's see. Alright, so we got our padding. Edge. Insets. I cannot spell for my life. Insets only. So that's 5 to the right. It's going to be the padding. And then let's see. Within that child, we're going to put a container. And let's see, within that container, we want to give it a height of 100.0. Decoration. Box decoration. Within that box decoration, you want to have a border radius. Let's see. Border. Circular. And the circular radius would be 5. Okay. I'm going to add also a color. Now you'll understand what this container is basically going to be a little area up here. I'm going to build an area right here full of color. Containers can be buttons, all type of stuff. What is this called a container? And you'll understand why in a second. So let's see, we're going to add a color Let's give it a color of, let's see, something reddish like the one. Let's see what we got here. It's kind of pink. This is what's the container right here. All these is the container. So let's see. That's kind of like a rosish gold, pinkish weird. So let's see. That's gonna be FFD7. Let's try 384. Okay, wasn't even typing in the right area. D7. 384, I said. Yeah, that's alright. So then we always forget to close that double, and then it always looks weird. So let's see. Boom. This is the color. Then we need to do a child. CLUMN. Okay. Let's see. Child is gonna be a column. We need to add some alignment. Wait, what? Axis alignment is going to be, let's do center. Center. Let's see what it saves so far. See what we got going. Okay, 10 hours later. Okay, so that's our container right here. Main axis align center. Right? So now, what do we need to do? We need to get it more off to the left. That's why everything's in expanded. So they'll all fit in. So let's see. Main center. Let's add a chill. Let's add a widget to it real quick. And within that widget, we're gonna need some text and an icon. So let's do the icon. See how the icon is on the top? So let's do okay, so within that widget we want to add an icon. And that icon is going to be what's that one? That one is the, what did I use? Let's see. Icons at sort of a drive one. Drive ETA. Perfect. Okay. Boom. If we just save it now, it's gonna be black. That's racist. So what we need to do is add some color to it. Like says color. See, it's black. So what we're gonna do is colors dot white. Seems about right. So we also need to add some text to it underneath that. So we're gonna add text and we're gonna put services for now. Excuse me, is our text. And let's add some style to the text. Here's the text, and now we need to add the style. There's no such thing as stike, so style. Let's see, we got some style. What kind of style we want to add to it? Let's just do let me see, hold on. Let me take a look at it first. Excuse me. Okay, let's get rid of this for now so you guys can see what it looks like. Get rid of that. Okay, so it's looking kind of dull. So let's add some style to it. So with the style, we're going to add a text style. And that text style is simply just going to be the color. So let's do text wait, just so it matches that other thing there. Save it. See what we come up with. Okay. So that's what we got so far. That was a little long time just to get a little bit done, but I try to explain, as I go along, because that's the way I learned, and hopefully other people will learn from the same thing. So I'm gonna take a break right now and get some curry chicken and green bananas, and I will be back in a little while to continue this because I need fuel, and you guys might want a break too. So we're gonna take a break. We'll be right back. Yeah.